inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, 'cause real women don't bitch, no. Real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Oh man, this is getting juicy now. I am enjoying this, just looking at this assignment and reflecting on where I was and how far I've come. I'm very, very, very pleased with where my life is now when I created this for myself and then used it on other people. And I am just praying and hoping and believing that you are experiencing the same excitement as me. We are on day 5 and it's time to turn up the heat because this next part of the affirmation says, if not now, when? That's a statement that we've heard before. We see it a lot of times. People put it up. But I hope you guys see what's going on with this affirmation. I have you looking at every single thing. I have you looking at your mindset, your capabilities, the kind of people that are around you, the actions that you're taking. And this is what makes this declaration / affirmation so powerful, because what happens to us a lot of times is we don't understand. We have these blanket statements that only cover just that aspect of that moment. But the affirmation that you are creating is addressing all of the issues that could come against you at any given time on any given day. Day 5. If not now, when? That's where we are. And that's a really serious question for you to think about. I talk to a lot of people. As a matter of fact, I will use myself as an example instead of someone else. I was at an event the Saturday prior to recording this podcast. And there was a guy that is known for being a bucket list coach. And he asked a question about making decisions and what was holding you back and why did you have to wait until you had cancer, and a bunch of questions rather. And at one point he challenged us to make a decision. And when he asked me what was a decision that I had made, I said I was going to stop procrastinating and that I was going to go ahead and learn how to speak Spanish, because being bilingual is something that I have desired for quite some time. And he asked me, he said, well, how long have you been thinking about doing that? And instinctively, I didn't mean to lie, but I said to him, 6 months. And afterwards, once I walked away, I'm like, wow, I haven't been thinking about being bilingual for 6 months. I've been thinking about it since I was in high school. Since I was a young girl, I had always wanted to learn how to speak Spanish. And I had even taken it my freshman year in high school. And it bothered me that I didn't. But because I didn't finish, I didn't see that as an option for me. And I was such a strong advocate for it. I encouraged my daughter. I have an adult daughter. And I said, hey, you're going to take it in high school. You need to take it in college. It's important for you to know how to do this. And it was a vision that I had for my children that are at home now that I homeschool. Now, what had it in front of my mind is the fact that one of the young ladies that I coach actually does this. She teaches families how to become bilingual, not just the parents. She even teaches the parents tricks of the trade and tips to teach their children how to speak Spanish as well. For that reason, 6 months, because it's about how long I've been working with her, that's what was at the top of my mind. And I'm saying that to say this: when I ask that question, if not now, then when, a lot of you may be saying, oh yeah, well, I just had this idea to start this. And no, you didn't. It may be something that when you really, really think about it, you were making mud pies when you were a little bitty girl. You were cutting up your clothes when you were a little bitty girl. Every single baby doll had to be taken care of perfectly, had to be fed, signs that you wanted to, whether it was have a daycare, cook, be a fashion designer, whatever. You were telling the other kids how to say their ABCs. A teacher was already in you. You wanted to just have your own school. All of these things, they were there for much longer than most of us are willing to admit. And that's the challenge. I'm asking the question, if not now, when, because I want you to be real about how long you've been holding off on moving forward with your dream. And the longer it has been, then the bigger slap in the face it is to look at and to deal with when you say, wow, I've been holding on to this for 10 years, for 20 years, for 5 years. If you say it's only been 5 months, it may not feel like that. But for those of you that may just so happen to be listening to this podcast and you just had this epiphany, is brand new, a revelation was brought to you, that's fine. But just don't let yourself become one of those people who's allowed 5, 10, 15 years, whatever it is, to go by before you actually take the nesty plunge and fully jump in and follow your dream. But I do want you to think about how long it's been. I want you to write about when that revelation first hit you. When did it become apparent to you that this is something that you should do? How long have you been holding on to this desire? Some of you may even know it down to the day, the week, the month, or the year. I know plenty of people that I talk to that are like, oh, I got this great idea, and then they don't do it. And it may take them 5 or 10 years and it'll pop up and they'll be like, do you remember when I thought of that? And it's like, yeah, and you could have been the one that got paid for it. But unfortunately, that individual didn't believe in themselves. Okay, so that right there, that's enough for you to really, really get your juices flowing. This affirmation is building up. It's strong. We're on day 5. We're putting all the pieces together. We went from I can, therefore I will, to I'm built for this, to I can show you better than I can tell you. If it's going to be somebody, it's going to be me. Now we're on, if not now, then when. Let's listen to the buildup from mine when I created it. I can help people with their confidence and mindset. Therefore, I will be a personal development coach. I am built for this because people always tell me that my advice/perspective gives them hope. To get things going, I'm going to get my contracts in order, set up a method for payment, and ask 3 people a week if they need my services. I have noticed in the industry there is a need for real, raw coaching where people are the focus and not money. If anyone is going to reach these people, it has to be me. I was created to serve a specific group of people. I've been helping people with problems for years, actually since my youth. There is no time like the present. If I don't do it now, I may miss my opportunity. Now is the time. Those were the words that I wrote at that time because those were the words that hit my spirit. What words are hitting your spirit about moving forward with this divine purpose that has been given to you? Write it out, get it out, read this daily, multiple times a day, and watch how speaking this over your life continues to transition your mindset, your energy, your actions, and how it also draws to you opportunities. Look at the magnetizing effect. You're going to continue to get confirmations. Why? Because this is coming from you. It isn't because of what someone else told you. This is all about the internal revelation for you to get the external confirmation. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. For those of you that are listening in, this is your first segment. Please head over to the website, realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Get the 7-day affirmation challenge. These segments are designed to give you clarity, just a little bit more clarity beyond what you are reading in these emails. I can't wait. I literally can't wait to see what you guys come up with. And I can't wait to hear your progress reports about the awesome opportunities that come your way. With that being said, let's get out of here, and I will see you all tomorrow because you need plenty of time to do your homework. This is your girl, August Crenshaw. I'm out of here. Deuces.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomendon'tbitchpodcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless, signing out. Deuces!
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you.